Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. We have some breaking news. Obviously, today is deadline day, and we have some big transfers to discuss. The first one to discuss is Gianluigi Donnarumma has finally departed to Manchester City. All that they've been waiting for was obviously Ederson to go to Turkey. He was supposed to go to Galatasaray in the beginning, but he went to Fenerbahce. And we've sold Gianluigi Donnarumma to Manchester City for I think 33 million plus 2 million in bonuses, so around 35 million. Donnarumma with only 1 year left on his contract. There were even some reports that he could potentially stay and leave for free next summer. But Donnarumma wanted to stay at that competitive level, obviously with the World Cup coming up as well, and wouldn't want to rot on the bench at Paris Saint Germain. And I think this is a great deal. 35 million for Donnarumma. Goalkeepers aren't that expensive. Yes, Donna is the best goalkeeper in the world. But yeah, and Donnarumma, just a quick message to him. Very appreciative of his time at Paris Saint Germain, 4 years, 4 memorable years. Donnarumma, I will remember him as the best keeper I've seen at Paris Saint Germain, even ahead of Keylor Navas. So, Gianluigi Donnarumma, you've created many beautiful memories with us, especially last season, especially when we needed you in the big games. Aston Villa, Arsenal, Liverpool, especially Liverpool away, that penalty shootout. We wouldn't have won this UCL without you, Donnarumma, and I think every single Paris Saint-Germain supporter is appreciative of every single thing you have done for this club. And good luck. When I watch City or something, I want the best for Donnarumma. Obviously, when we face City, I want the best for PSG, but I want the best for Donnarumma. Great deal. Let's go. Second deal to discuss, another big, here we go, is Kolo Muani. Finally. Paris Saint-Germain were negotiating with Juventus for basically a month. Paris Saint-Germain wanted an obligation. Juventus only wanted to put like a loan, and then they started changing the numbers because PSG wanted the option to buy to be like 55 million. I think Juventus wanted to lower that. They just didn't have the money, even though Kolo Muani really wanted to go to Juventus once again. But he's going to be going to Spurs with an option to buy. The number hasn't been reported yet, but I think it's like 50 million. We did not get the obligation that we wanted. We got 50 million. Thing is though, Spurs, they got the money. And they basically did a similar thing. Matis Tel from Bayern. It was only an option to buy for crazy amount of money. He went there, stunk it up, they still bought him. These Premier League clubs, man, they have too much money. And I'm very happy that we're selling players to the Premier League. Donnarumma and now Kolo Muani. But it's a bit unfortunate that it's only an option to buy. Would have obviously wanted an obligation, but we'll take it. And as I said, I'm very confident that Kolo Muani will do well enough for Spurs to buy him for that option to buy. So 2 good deals here for Paris Saint-Germain. We obviously mentioned Carlos Soler before. He's gone to Real Sociedad for 8 million. But I read that we still have 50% rights of him, but they're going to pay his wages. It's some weird stuff. But Carlos Soler has left the club. Presnel Kimpembe, the mascot, is also set to leave Paris Saint-Germain to Qatar. We've known this for a while. And the Qatar transfer window is open until the 16th of September. So we have even more time when it comes to Kimpembe. There is no stress, there is no pressure. But Presnel Kimpembe will be leaving the club. And Luis Campos, shout out to him. This was his main objective now towards the end of the window. Yes, he left majority of it to the final day, but that's also when a lot of clubs are desperate and go in for signings like this. So Carlos Soler off the book. Marco Asensio, another one we got. Here we go. Only 8.5 million to Fenerbahce. Would have wanted a little bit more. I think Paris Saint-Germain in the beginning were looking for 15 to 20 million, but he will be going to Fenerbahce for 8.5 million. The big thing with Marco Asensio, he had an insane wage, so good to get him off the wage books. Same with Gianluigi Donnarumma and Kolo Muani. So we've freed up the wage really well, especially with the recent extensions we did. We had to do it. We got rid of a lot of players. Renato Sanchez obviously went to Panathinaikos, for the people that don't know. Trying to think. Mukiel obviously went to Sunderland. So we're basically getting rid of all of these lost players, players that are not in Luis Enrique's plans. It's a really good here from Luis Campos. Maybe he has one more player. I don't think we'll sign anyone, unfortunately. But who knows? Transfer deadline day. Surprises. We've seen surprises. Kolo Muani, for example, he was a deadline day signing. Obviously, we were linked with him before. If anything happens, it would be Magnus Achlios to Paris Saint Germain. Magnus Achlios even recently came out and said that he doesn't know if he's going to stay at Monaco a few days ahead of the transfer window closing. So I guess keep an eye out on that. But yeah, great last game for PSG 6-3, and now we're finishing off this transfer window in a good way. And yeah, future looks good at this club. This upcoming season looks good at this club. I'm trying to think if there's some more. I don't think so. I think we've gotten rid of everyone that we needed to get rid of. Wage book looks healthy. We're getting a little bit of money from the Donnarumma. We'll get a little bit of more money from Kolo Muani next season. And as I told you guys, Paris Saint Germain is a club under Luis Enrique and Luis Campos who do business in the January transfer window. So even though we haven't done that much this summer, we may come back to Magnus Achlios in January transfer window, put in a cheeky 50-55 million bid to Monaco and see if they go for it. That's been it from my boy PSG. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez Paris.